worldwide pa! Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan, Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 4.
Good afternoon and welcome to koolNews at 4. I am Cairo. The Philippine government has filed a diplomatic protest against China following the recent harassment of a Philippine Air Force plane by two Chinese aircraft while it was flying over the country's territorial waters near Scarborough Shoal in the West Philippine Sea. Foreign Affairs spokesperson Teresita Daza confirmed the matter to reporters in a text message on Tuesday when she was asked if the agency had filed the protest. Yes, she said without providing further details. Inquirer.net has requested additional information from the Department of Foreign Affairs, specifically as to when the protest was lodged and who received it on China's site, but it has yet to respond as of posting. Foreign Secretary Enrique Manalo initially indicated on Monday that the government would definitely protest China's latest actions. The president has come out very strongly on this, and we will maintain that position, Manalo said in an interview also on Monday. The armed forces of the Philippines on August 10 bared that Chinese fighter jets made a dangerous move against a PAF plane by firing flares into its path as it was flying over Scarborough Shoal. AFP Chief General Romeo Ronald Jr. condemned what he branded as provocative actions of the People's Liberation Army Air Force, pointing out that it endangered the lives of Filipino personnel undertaking maritime security operations on August 8. Following AFP's disclosure, Marcos himself denounced China's actions, calling it unjustified, illegal, and reckless. China's continued aggression in Philippine waters stems from its sweeping claim over most of the South China Sea, including the West Philippine Sea. However, this claim has long been dismissed by an arbitral tribunal. Amid China's continued harassment in the West Philippine Sea, a Navy official said that the capabilities of the country's Defense Department and its military assets are enough in the face of potential conflict. Navy spokesperson Rear Admiral Robin Trinidad said this during a press briefing on Tuesday when asked if the Philippine Air Force F-A-50 fighter jets would be able to withstand any aircraft or could be used during a war. His statement follows China Air Force alleged dangerous and provocative actions against one of the Philippine military planes patrolling over Scarborough Shoal on August 10. With what is happening right now, not only in the maritime domain but also in the airspace, we are good with what we have. Even with the current capability of the Air Force, your Navy and Army, we are good with what we have, and given more they can perform even better, the Navy official said. In interesting situations like these, it is not matching of aircraft to aircraft or ship to ship. What is the most important here is the will to fight and to perform our mandate despite all these challenges, he added. Last month, Trinidad said China's Navy lacks experience in war compared to the United States, which he said still encounters issues even with 7 or 8 decades of experience in war. Trinidad also explained China's doctrine and why they act that way in the region. We can better understand China's moves if we know they're thinking about war. Their doctrines are number 1, if you are strong, show you are weak. Number 2, if you are weak, show you are strong. Say it, he then said. Over the weekend, the Armed Forces of the Philippines claimed that 2 Chinese aircraft dropped flares in the path of its NC-212I, a light transport plane. AAP said China's action endangered the lives of its personnel undertaking maritime security operations. In response, the Philippine government has filed a diplomatic protest against China, as revealed by Foreign Affairs spokesperson Teresita Daza on Tuesday. Leptospirosis patients are increasing, with 255 fresh cases recorded from July 21 to August 3, the Department of Health DOH said Tuesday. The agency said the number of new leptospirosis cases is 17% higher than the 217 logged from July 7 to 20. From January to August 3, nationwide leptospirosis cases stood at 2,115, including 224 deaths, based on the latest report of DOH, which noted, however, that the total is still 25% lower than the 2,757 cases reported in the same period last year. Nevertheless, the DOH said its epidemiologists continue to be cautious in interpreting trends as they may be late reports. It further pointed out that the incubation period for the disease ranges from 2 to 30 days. The surge in leptospirosis problem, sorry, the surge in leptospirosis cases is not a communication problem, it's a behavior problem. We need a change in behavior. I would like to discuss with the Department of Education how to teach children early on that they should not swim in flood waters, Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa said in a DOH statement Tuesday. I would also like to discuss with the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority how to improve solid waste management because rats live in garbage and rats are the reason for leptospirosis, he added. The illness is caused by the bacteria Leptospira, which humans can get when they touch water, soil, or other objects contaminated with infected animal urine. The DOH reiterated that antibiotic prophylaxis doxycycline that is used against leptospirosis is widely available through a prescription is needed to obtain it. It also said that price freeze for doxycycline remains in fact until September 23 and that the medicine may be availed for free at government health centers and hospitals nationwide. Our House of Representatives Committee approved proposals to grant another 25-year franchise to Manila Electric Company, Morocco. A statement from the House Media Affairs Office on Tuesday showed that House Bills number 9793, 9813, and 10317 were consolidated during the hearing of the House Committee on Legislative Franchise on Monday. House Bill number 9793 was authored by Albay 2nd District Representative Joy Calzada, House Bill number 9813 by Cagayan de Oro 2nd District Representative Rufus Rodriguez, and House Bill number 10317 by Marinque Representative Lord Alan Velasco. All three are committee chairpersons at the House. Calzada heads the Committee on Ways and Means, Rodriguez the Committee on Constitutional Amendments, and Velasco the Committee on Energy. Calzada, Rodriguez, and Velasco were also present during the hearings. According to Rodriguez and Velasco, issues raised against Morocco have already been thrashed out and answered by the company. Basically, practically everything has been discussed and has been ventilated and has been answered, Rodriguez said. Morocco has long been serving our country well, and I truly believe they are deserving of a new franchise, Velasco added. Morocco's new franchise has been backed by key members of the House, including the three committee chairpersons, because it is seen to ensure stability as the distribution of utility services at key economic hubs like Metro Manila, Cavite, Rizal, Batangas, Laguna, Quezon, and Pampanga. In June, Rodriguez urged his fellow lawmakers to heed the advice of major business groups in the country, which have supported calls for a new franchise for Morocco. According to the lawmaker, letters of support from the semiconductor and electronics industries in the Philippines as a foundation incorporated, the Private Electric Power Operators Association, the Makati Business Club (MBC), and the Management Association of the Philippines show a wide support for Morocco's continued operations. But minority lawmakers like ACD Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro have asked whether Morocco has already addressed several concerns raised against the power service provider. Castro also asked whether there is a real public clamor for Morocco's franchise renewal as it is set to expire by 2028 or over 3 years from now. According to Castro, the franchise renewal process should be transparent, adding that a comprehensive review of Morocco's performance is needed. And former Senator, now Education Secretary Sonia Agarra on Tuesday said the Commission on Audit's reports could prove if there is any truth to Vice President Sara Duterte's claim that the 2024 budget was mishandled. Agarra made the pronouncement during a palace briefer after he refused to directly comment on Duterte's claims that the 2024 General Appropriations Act since the Vice President did not go into specifics. Well, I don't. She was not as specific, so I'm not sure what she means, said Angara. However, Angara noted that COA's annual audit reports will show if there truly was a mishandling of the 2024 budget. We can see that in the COA reports. It's the COA who really knows if there was mishandling, said Angara. So when we appear in Congress, usually in the House of Representatives, in the Senate, we are asked about those COA reports. Those are the reports that will indicate if there has been any mishandling or not, he added. It was in a televised interview on Tuesday when Duterte cited the 2024 GAA as one of the reasons she resigned from her post as Education Secretary. She claimed the budget was mishandled and that she tried to correct it herself but did not gain the support of other government agencies. However, Duterte did not exactly elaborate on what she meant when the GAA for 2024 was mishandled, nor the efforts she claimed to have made. Duterte resigned as Chief on July 19 and was then replaced by Angara. Since then, the Vice President began openly assailing the Marcos administration. It is now 4:12 in the afternoon and koolNews at 4 will be right back. Welcome back. A regional director of the National Bureau of Investigation is under informal investigation for allegedly taking bribes from the Kingdom of Jesus Christ founded by fugitive televangelist Apollo Kibuloy, NBI Director Jamie Santiago said on Tuesday. We have already conducted hindi pa informal investigation, but I still have my trust. I still trust my regional director there, Region 11 Director Archie Albo. Santiago said in a press conference when asked for a comment on the allegations against Albo. During an interview on the vlogcaster Armandian YouTube page, Arlene Stone, a former pastoral worker at the KJC, said Albo used to take bribes from the KJC. She also claimed that Albo has ties with Kibuloy and former President Rodrigo Duterte, but Albo was appointed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Albo was appointed in Davao on October 13, 2022. Our president at that time was President Marcos, Santiago said. Stone also claimed that the raid at the KJC compound last August 9 was staged. Santiago denied it. It is not actually a raid. We were serving a warrant, Santiago said. 24 Filipinos and 5 foreign nationals were arrested at the alleged scam hub in Kawit, Cavite, the National Bureau of Investigation said on Tuesday. NBI Director Jimmy Santiago said in the press conference that their August 9 cooperation stemmed from a report they received about several houses and Grand Centennial Homes subdivision in Kawit allegedly being used as scam centers. Now these 24 Filipinos are working with them to commit romance scams, investment scams, crypto scams, impersonation scams, and credential stuffing. They are advised by these foreigners, he also explained. Santiago added that operators from the NBI's cybercrime division were able to recover pre-registered SIM cards, online wallet accounts, computers, scam message scripts, cell phones, and text blast machines on site. 2 vaults containing documents and 100,000 pesos cash were also recovered during the operation, he likewise said, although he did not elaborate what kinds of documents were retrieved. Santiago further revealed that operatives discovered scam showrooms with live desktop computers during the raid. In these showrooms, counterfeit luxury items and other high-end products were displayed to supposedly create an illusion of authenticity to deceive potential victims. Santiago said the suspects will be facing cases in violation of the Republic Act No. 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 and Republic Act No. 102110 or the Anti-Financial Account Scamming Act. And now let's get into the headlines from around the world as Donald Trump ran through his checklist of conspiracy theories Monday in a rambling conversation with his uber-wealthy supporter Elon Musk that was initially derailed by what the tech titan said was a technical glitch. In a very one-sided conversation on X, Trump vented about a zombie apocalypse of immigration, repeatedly blasted President Joe Biden as stupid and mused on developing a new missile defense system based on the one that defends Israel. The Republican standard bearer also dismissed climate change, whose sea level rises said he would simply create more real estate opportunities. The biggest threat is not global warming, where the ocean is going to rise 1/8 of an inch over the next 400 years, he told Musk. You will have more oceanfront properties, right? The biggest threat is not that. The biggest threat is nuclear warming, because we have 5 countries now that have significant nuclear power, and we have to not allow anything to happen with stupid people like Biden. What was billed as a no-limits conversation between the two started more than half an hour late, with many of those logging on unable to listen to in live. Musk, the world's richest man according to Forbes, claimed the platform formerly known as Twitter had experienced a cyber attack. The conversation was intended to help reinvigorate Trump's stuttering campaign, which was flagged since Biden dropped out of the race to be replaced by a surging Kamala Harris. The young men who drove Musk as a hero are a prize target for Trump, whose following tends to skew older. More than 1 million users listened in live to the conversation on X. Musk, who has said he previously voted Democrat, has stored his height and his wealth, behind Trump since a gunman tried to assassinate the Republican at the rally last month. The apparent technical difficulties come after Musk fired swatches of stuff at the platform and also serve as an uncomfortable reminder that the Tesla boss had once backed Trump's rival Don DeSantis, whose campaign launch on the platform was also beset by problems. When things finally got underway, Mark said the massive attack illustrates there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say. Trump was banned from Twitter after a mob of his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol in June 2021, but most reinstated him and when he took the platform over and renamed it. The South African-born billionaire has emerged as a major voice in U.S. politics, but is accused of turning X into a megaphone for right-wing conspiracy theories. He is one of the Democrats' fiercest critics, leveraging his 194 million strong following on X to assail liberal efforts to boost diversity and inclusion, what he calls the woke mind virus, and the White House handling of the southern border. We have people screaming over, Musk told Trump, likening the border to the zombie apocalypse depicted in the film World War Z. It's just not possible for the United States to observe, everyone from Earth, said Musk, identifying himself as a legal immigrant. In his chat with Musk, Trump returned often to a favorite theme, boasting about his relationship with autocrats like Russia's Vladimir Putin and China's Xi Jinping, and insisted America would be safer under his stewardship. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to build an Iron Dome, he said, referring to Israel's missile defense system. We're going to have the best Iron Dome in the world because it just takes a maniac to, start something. Musk reiterated his strong support for Trump, saying the ex-president was the path to prosperity and Kalama is the opposite. At one point, he also appeared to be toying for a job on the future Trump administration, suggesting he would like to serve on the cost-cutting committee. I think it will be great to just have a government efficiency commission that takes a look at these things and just ensures that taxpayer money is spent in a good way, he said. I would be happy to help out on such a commission. Trump appeared sold on the job application. You're the greatest scouter, he told the man who swatches of staff months after taking over Twitter. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Monday urged Canadians to leave Lebanon, warning of the risk of escalating regional conflict between Israel and others, including Lebanon-based armed group Hezbollah. We see that the risk of escalation is real, he said at the press conference. We're encouraging and asking all Canadians to please leave Lebanon while there are commercial routes available. Tens of thousands of Canadians are believed to be living in the country, which has already seen Hezbollah trade near-daily fire with Israel in support of its ally Hamas, the Palestinian armed group. An Israeli strike on the Lebanese capital Beirut's southern suburbs late last month killed Hezbollah's top military commander, Shikar, just hours before the assassination blamed on Israel of Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. On Monday, the U.S. government warned that Iran could launch a significant attack on Israel this week in retaliation against the assassination in Tehran. Canada issued an advisory in late June against travel to Lebanon, citing a volatile and unpredictable situation with the possibility of violence between Hezbollah and Israel flaring up without warning. Its military is setting up emergency resources and kept routes to evacuate its nationals from the region if commercial flights from Lebanon are halted. And finally, in showbiz happenings, first is the merge now to ticket prices. Nation's girl group Beanie just released ticket prices for their Grand Beanieverse concert in November. However, some fans aren't so happy about it. While with the excitement of seeing the girls live is undeniable, the cost of tickets has left many blooms questioning if they can afford to join the fun. A debate has sparked online about how unreasonable the ticket prices were, which left social media users divided on the said matter. Social media users FS took the conversation on social media to share their thoughts about the situation. One user wrote, "For a P-pop group that is supposedly for the masses and considering most of your fans are students, these prices are a joke. Feeling like a K-pop company? First, fix first the production and your low-quality merch. You're overly milking the fans. You never consider them. Lol." On a serious note, ticket prices for Beanie the Grand Beanieverse is so expensive. Management themselves sets ticket prices and that the main goal should be to make ticket prices reasonable and not inflate prices. Our enemy here is the management and not the goals, okay? As written by another user. Our third user wrote, there's a whole discourse on why these are very high prices. And while I'm not saying that they don't deserve to be seen, the very first red flag there here is, that this is driven by greed from SM, is the fact that soundcheck is a top up and not a given with the price of VIP tickets. Yikes. So what's your take on this? And that is it for Cool News at 4. As always, you can get in touch with us at tvhthephilippines.news@gmail.com. And our headlines continues with Cool News at 6 and Cool News Prime Time at 9. Until then, I'm Caro. Good afternoon.